2023, and I'm here in front of the ultimate truck. Let me tell you what I mean. They haven't won the ultimate truck, but they're chasing the ultimate truck goal. So this is the ZR10. You guys have seen it. It's blown up the internet. It's an all carbon fiber truck. And you know what? Why don't I stop talking and let Zach go ahead and tell us the concept, what this vehicle's about, and what it's going to do.
Well, the concept and design was when we first started was really not what it turned out to be, right? But it's like any other project. They snowball and they grow. Originally, you know, we sat down with Rod, who owned a previous truck, the ZL1, really well-known truck, did really well on the show side of things. Got through the show side, and now he decided he wanted to be something that was more active, you know, the sports side, the racing side.
He wanted to break the internet.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it, right? That's a little bit of my influence, too, in the fact of, you know, we started a composite shop together.
Yes.
So we've had the hot rod shop for some years, I have, and then when we started doing more composites in the industry, and he came by and said, hey, what do we do to go racing? Well, let's take a C10, let's start outfitting it with carbon parts, right?
Right.
But as most things go, once we got the cab done, and we're looking at the cab and everything else is carbon, we're to the point like, man, let's just build a carbon cab.
Yeah. So it could have a nickname of Snowball. The truck could have the Snowball. So to give you guys a little bit of background, is I've met Zach through Greening because you guys have done parts. So you guys come highly recommended in the carbon world.
Yes.
And then of course in this conversation happened with Rod, and it just blew up. And I'm talking, I mean, to do a cab, at one point were you like, this is nuts? Or at the same time, I've also seen you hold up a Corvette by yourself. So he knew, so this is actually, the cab's smaller than the Corvette.
Correct.
So it's an accumulation of carbon fiber parts that make this truck what it is.
Yes.
All right, so you and I sat inside the truck, and does it make sense? It feels light. The frame already feel like that's where the weight's at, and the body feels light. I opened up the door. I think the door weighs 3.5 pounds. You know, I'm probably exaggerating. Probably weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah,
really.
I want to say it was like 13 pounds.
Right. So I will tell you guys, the fit and finish is beyond belief. I've seen the truck on social media. It doesn't do it justice. I was able to get in it, feel it. So a little, and I'm gonna probably mess it up with this. I get excited about this kind of stuff. The truck was built around Kyle Tucker from Detroit Engineering. So the seat that I sat in was formed for him, okay? So, and I don't feel so bad because I fit pretty good. And you know, Kyle's in good shape.
Yeah.
So, and we'll talk about his dreams and aspirations and expectancy about this truck.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's, when we started with the design, it was to take the truck and actually build it in CAD, right? Was to actually build a model, place things where we needed to get it placed, make sure everything was going to work and flow. And then the second thing was actually putting Kyle in there as a model, so that way we could build the truck around him with safety as the main feature.
Okay.
So, I mean, designing the cage, designing the interior was designed for feature, but it was also to, you know, design it with ergonomics around the driver himself.
Sure,
too.
sure.
So we did little things like, you know, we changed, and people don't pick up, the dash was moved 7 degrees.
Right, you just
so
told me
view
that,
angle,
yeah,
right? It's
absolutely.
better at the dash.
Yeah.
The seat, the floor's been moved to bring the seating position down, so this way you're not don't feel like you're sitting on top of the truck, but you're looking across the top of the hood, which gives it more of like a car feel.
A cockpit feel. I did feel that. It felt like I was more enclosed in the cockpit.
Correct.
So that was done by design.
Correct, all done by design.
We're back to, if you guys didn't catch it, the whole truck was designed first in CAD.
Correct.
Every aspect of it, you know, not just the carbon fiber outside. Like I said, ergonomics, is that a word?
Yeah,
right?
Ergonomics.
It's a college word.
Yeah,
so, you really feel that. So, all right, so what's the purpose for the truck?
When we started building it, we kind of just talked about what were we going to go do with it. You know, we wanted to kind of be able to do a little bit of everything. You know, like kind of build the hybrid, from being able to go out and do autocrossing to be able to go time attack stuff. We're talking about doing some wheel-to-wheel stuff. I mean, that's what we designed the truck to go do. We pushed the show side first, mainly because for the guys in the shop, we wanted to be able to go get the accolades of the design, the quality, the ingenuity. So that's what we kind of did this year, you know, which obviously, as you've seen, we get a little bit beat up on.
Well, let's talk about that. So for the haters out there, here's the deal. They're going to prove you wrong. There's been comments out there, and it said, you know, it's not going to do it. You know, you've always said it's too pretty to put in the track, and you're like, I got a whole bunch of fenders I can make them. Not a problem. I can replace fenders.
A lot of people don't realize it's actually already been tested. We've been testing it. Kyle's already been driving it. It's already been off the track at over 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Ripped part of the front end off, which we had to put back together.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we had a brake failure actually. So it was not Kyle's fault. If it wasn't for him, we might not have a truck.
Right. He saved it. He saved it. Well, he's an experienced driver.
Yeah, and it's and we've been testing it at CMP, which is in Kershaw, South Carolina.
Okay.
And we've had 2 pretty good track day sessions there to try and get stuff shook out.
Yeah.
We still, after the first accident, obviously, and have to put it back 7 days later to get it back to Nebraska for the Speedway grand opening of their new museum.
Yes.
We kind of like, okay, let's back a little bit for now. Go get the accolades of the quality of the build.
Sure. Which
get it shook down. Next year, go race.
Which, by the way, guys, I mean, I want to tell you, it's never been done before. So you have to. There's no book. There's no blueprint on how to make the ultimate truck and how to showcase it.
Right.
You don't want to go wreck it. You spend a lot of time doing it, but why not take a year and showcase it at all these different shows? Put the trophies on the shelf. At the same time, maybe even start taking some orders.
Yes.
Because if I'm correct, this is not the only cab.
No, actually, right now, number 2's on the jig already.
Okay.
Being built. That'll come out this following year.
Okay.
Which is a Pro Touring base, LT4, 10-speed. Trying to show the other side of what we did, which is the build ultimate Pro Touring platform.
Yes.
Number 3 is actually going in the mold.
Okay.
And number 4 will be one that's actually featuring a steel cab, outfitted with all the carbon components, including the dash, the firewall, the doors, and so on.
So this will be a truck, a cab you can purchase?
Correct.
Okay. Do they have to purchase it complete, or can it be in sections?
No, it's in sections. We have some guys right now, after the first year, their trucks get shipped in. We try and stress us mounting the parts and components.
Yes.
If you haven't worked with carbon fiber in the past, it's a difficult material to work with.
Okay.
Getting mounted, you know, and a lot of our panels we have an inner and outer. So, and I like to actually bond those inner and outers while they're sitting on the vehicle.
Yes.
We've got fixturing and jigs, so that way the panel alignment's right. So we gap them, fit them, and then send them.
So as the customer, it's going to benefit you at the end of the day for the quality of the truck or the build to just kind of let you guys do it. So, and here's the deal. If you got the kind of money for this kind of vehicle, you're the kind of guy that does stuff right, so take his advice, okay? So let's talk about events. I already know you're going to the shootout, okay? Because him and I talk. Now, if you're watching this video, the shootout's April 12th and 13th, and we're talking about getting it done for the shootout. But then there's some other stuff. This truck wants to conquer. The truck was built to kick ass and take names. So what are the events that maybe I don't know about, that our viewers don't know about, that you guys want to do?
We're going to try and run it in some of the Optimum Battery Series races. Kyle does have some SCCA events that we can run. We're going to try and hit Grid Life. You know,
that was going to be my point. So it's okay. So I've been working with some guys. It's kind of funny you mentioned that. I was talking with Andy Vocal, which is Brent Vocal's son from Ride Tech, and we're going to go out there and support him because I want to go check out Grid Life. And we're at the bar at the Forge Line party talking to Finch. I said, Finch, we'll only take 5 trucks out there. So we want to disrupt what they got going on, show that the old guys can still do it, and go hang out with the young kids. So guys, that's the thing. We want to go to these time attack situations and prove that these trucks can actually work.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of cool. You guys have the same ambition that we would dream that this truck would go to.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to happen.
I mean, that's what it's kind of neat. If anybody who knows Rod, I mean, Rod is a truck C10 guy, right?
Yes.
I mean, his whole life grew up with them. He's got plenty of them and all the farm trucks. But I mean, he really did when he came to me. He said, I want to do this for the truck guys.
Yes.
You know, so it was to build something to this level, get pushed. You know, that normally somebody would do taking a Camaro or Corvette or whatever.
Yeah.
But do it with a C10.
Yeah.
And go out there and represent for the truck guys.
Well, I got to tell you, you guys have, the truck represents all of that. You picked the perfect year, I believe. You know, I'm an OBS guy, and I'm still smart to go, this is the best truck. I love the news. I love the build. It's an outstanding job you guys have done on it. So here's what we're going to tell you. Be on the lookout. They can follow you on Instagram. Instagram.
Yep.
You have, I think you got two.
We have two. We have Z-Rods, which is the hot rod shop, and then Fiber Forge, which is our composite shop.
Okay, so thank you so much for taking a few minutes here at PRI and talking about the truck. So guys, be on the lookout for this truck. Social media wise, we're gonna cover it. We're gonna persuade other magazines to cover it, and it's just gonna be just a great life with this truck.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, well, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you guys later.